Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today. There's only a few weeks before 2026 starts, and I know most of us in the planning slash journaling community has already decided their setups for the next year. If you are part of those who are still unsure, maybe we can do a dig deeper session on how I landed on my decision and how you can, ultimately decide on your own system for next year. I have this video, and this will be mostly about the main planner I'll be using, as well as the journals I'll use for 2026. And don't fret if you think you are changing systems frequently. It's all part of the process of finding something that will really cater to your needs and fulfill all of the functions you want in a notebook. So if you are working with a tight budget, keep in mind that you can still use your current planner or journal and modify it to see if the system you want to try will really work for you. So let's start with my 2026 work slash life planner. So for me, the first thing I looked at was my past systems and why am I wanting to change it up for next year? What did not work and what I wanted to achieve. So in the past, let me show you what I used. So in the past, till 2024, I used Hobonichi Weeks, and it was really a great planner and it worked for that season of my life I was in. My schedule was not time bound at all time, and appointments were few and far in between. So I did not really need to see my hours in a week. And when I started a new job, I needed to be more conscious of my planning my days by the hour, as I am in lots of meetings. I didn't want to overhaul my system right away, as it was, near to the end of the year, and I wanted to make sure that I know what I really wanted. So I experimented actually with an hourly layout in my weeks, and this was for over a span of 6 weeks, I'd say. Yeah, so it was from July 8th till August 18th. So this one, so as I've said, and this was for over a span of 6 weeks because I really wanted to make sure that this layout will work for my needs, and it did. My mind was more in tune with my schedule, and I think also partially because I was used to planning my days in my Google Calendar and time blocking. Basically, I stopped using digital calendar though because I found myself sticking to my plans more when they are on paper. I still keep parts of my Google Calendar, like using it for reminders for birthdays. And so I did experiment with two layouts. Initially, I did this. It's more of a compressed layout where I only marked, things that I needed that are time bound. And then I switched to this layout so that it has more of a space for me to write in, and it did work fantastically for when I needed it. And when I did finally decided that the hourly format will work for me, I did not have to search high and low out too much because I do know Hobonichi has their cousin, which has the hourly section. I did talk about that in my previous video, so you can hop in there to hear more about that, plus the mid-year changes I had in 2025 and what I ended up using till today. So now that we have that information, I'm really actually so excited to show you what I'll be using as my main planner for 2026. Ta-da! So this is the Midori Professional Planner. I believe they also call it Midori PRD Planner. And it comes in 4 main designs. And the one that I got was the one with these diamonds. Isn't it so cute? So I ordered this from Amazon Japan as I wasn't sure if this will be available in Canada, and I did not want to scramble to buy it last minute or risk it being out of stock here locally or overseas. So it does have the classic Midori cream paper. So first things first, let me show you what the inside looks like. So here's the cover. It actually has a, let me remove it from its packaging. Sorry for the plastic noises. And then also remove this part. Okay. Let me put it in there. So it's not leather. It's more of like synthetic leather, I believe it's called. And this is actually a cover for it. So the book is not really fixed in this cover. So I'm pretty excited that I could maybe use this cover for next year if I'll have any B6 notebooks. I think this is B6 Slim. I do have to double check on that. But anyway, let me show you what the inside looks like. So we do have the 2026 calendar here, as well as the 2027 full year calendar. It also has here. It also has the yearly schedule, which I'm familiar with since Hobonichi also has this. And I'm really not too bothered about like the Japanese writings in here because, well, I don't really care. It's more of the function of the planner more than this itty-bitty nitty-gritty details that some planners do have. Yeah, so for the next page, it does have the 2027 schedule as well, the yearly overview. And I do think it is very useful if you tend to plan things way in advance, or you have trips for the next year that you want to mark in your calendar in advance. So for 2026, I'll be using this to track my sleep as well as my vitamin intake. So for that, I do have this Midori joint dots. So this is the mocha version. So it has this, let me open it and show it to you guys. So it has 3 different colors. There's brown, I think this is more of a caramel color, and the gray. So I'll be using this to mark my vitamin intake as well as to track my sleep in this yearly schedule. Oh, let me put this back in there. So this planner actually has a December start, and you can see that with the December 2025 in here. I'll use these side dates here with all of the monthly calendars. They do have this side dates here to track my nose pen days for 2026. I plan to try out nose pen months, and it has some check boxes in here. Let me show it to you more close up. It has these check boxes in here, and for this I do plan to use this to keep track of my tasks specific to the month that I'm planning for. And it also has a bit of a space here if you do want to put in some notes there. So going to the weekly section. Oh, by the way, this is December 2025 till, yep, December 2020. Oh, yeah, January 2027. So going to the weekly section, I love that it has quite a good space for information, and it also does begin December 2025. Since I don't really strictly plan my weekends, the combined Saturday and Sunday makes it so much easier for me not to constantly see my weekends blank. It does have a morning and afternoon indication here, and that's pretty useful since I also mostly plan for different things to do for the morning half and the afternoon half of my weekends. There's also a space here at the bottom, and this is where I'll be putting in my to-dos for each day. It may be a bit faint, but there is a distinction here between days. It's not a straight line across, it has spaces, so you can definitely allocate this space for your to-dos on Mondays, to-dos on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and so forth. And at the back, it does have a notes page here. So for me, it's pretty plentiful because I don't really do commonplacing or brain dumps in my like work or life planner. I think I may be using this more for work notes or perhaps random notes that I do want to keep or I want to transfer to my commonplacing notebook. So there is also here it is, a project sheet. So for this project sheet, it's basically where you can track a project that spans the whole month. So it's very helpful if you are tracking multiple projects, or in this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 projects. It can also be one project, maybe. You can put it in the title here. And that spans over 5 months. For me though, I'll use this to track a few 30-day challenges I wanted to do for 2026. And I already do have a few in mind. Next up is a dedicated to-do sheet. So it has 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each section has 8 check boxes. I plan on using this to keep a good overview list of things I wanted to accomplish in 2026 for the different aspects in my life. Right now, it will probably be around finances, life admin tasks I needed to complete before 2026 ends, books I plan to read, health goals, spiritual goals, and well, I'm still also like thinking if this will be a to-do sheet for me. I'm gearing towards it as a to-do sheet, but it could also be, since it's 6, it could also be like a bi-monthly check-in of the things that I plan, or like a bucket list for 2 months at a time. And this page I may not use it at all. It's an address section, and I don't really use the address sections of any of the planners that I had in the past. And now there is this list section too. It has 15 rows each with a different date and title. I'll probably use this as my wish list. Since I am doing a no spend challenge, I'll take note of the date when it was added on my wish list and the name of the thing I wanted, and probably more details about it, because it does have this blank section in here where you could add more details. So I have this as my work and I guess life planner, and then I also have this Midori MD notebook. It's in A6 size, and this is my long form journal. I usually write my deepest thoughts in here, and this is also not a time-bound notebook. I do not switch to a new notebook every year because I only really write in here when I need to process deep thoughts and big life decisions. I started this in, August 2024. Sorry, I had to close the notebook quite fast because, as I mentioned, it's pretty personal in there. But yeah, I started it in 2024 and I will continue using this for 2026. And I keep it inside this Hobonichi A6 navy blue cover. So let me put it in there. And the next one is my traveler's notebook in regular size. And you might be familiar with this if you've watched my previous videos. So in here, let me show it to you guys. I have this is my meetings notes. So here, this is work related. And then this one, this take a note, slim weekly insert, is the planner that I'm using right now for 2025. Plus this third notebook in here is my photo memory keeper. That's what I call it. So it's not that chunky, but it does build its chunk over the past few days because of the photos that I put in here. So for next year, I'll be removing the first two planners, or the two inserts that I keep here. So it's this two, and just keep my photo journal. My photo journal is mainly fun stuff we did that I wanted to remember with an accompanying photo. I won't be doing a flip through though, because these are photos of my son and my family and friends there, and I know they won't appreciate it if their faces are shown without their consent. So next up is a new memory journal I wanted to start in 2026. The first one is a memory journal for my son, and the other is my life memory journal. I'm a big believer of jotting down memories you want to go back to, as the human brain, you forget a lot of things, and memories are no exception. I'll be writing down core memories I had as a child in the first notebook, and on the second one, it's memories of my son's life growing up, as well as write notes for my son to read in the future. And for that, I got a Kunisawa notebook. So it's still in its packaging. Yay! It's still in its shipping wrap, since I wanted to do a first impression with you. It's my first time to actually use this notebook, and I'm quite excited because I've read that its quality is superb, and the process of making these notebooks is mostly by hand. So let's take a look. Sorry for the wrapping noises again. Ooh. Here. Okay, let me remove this. So here it is. So it's 192 pages with square graph. I got the beige for my life memory, and the navy blue. Yeah, it's the navy blue for my son's memory journal. And I just got this extra one just in case I'll need another one along the way. So let me remove it from its plastic cover. Ooh, actually the feel of this notebook is kind of like this one, my Midori PRD diary. It's kind of like the same. So I guess they're both synthetic leather. But yeah, see, it's handmade book binding made in Japan. And let me tell you, these are amazing. It feels really luxurious. So I think the navy blue and the maroon one is, oh yeah, it's different. The navy blue has this texture, whereas the beige one has this more like a soft, it's not fuzzy, but it's more of a supple leather. And this one, it has this tiny ridges, so it has a bit more texture. And this one for my son will mostly be on my desk, but the life memory one would be with me wherever I go, or if my bag permits. A reason I also got this specific notebook is because I've read that it will fit the regular Traveler's Company cover, and I do plan to keep the life memory journal in there, and let's test that theory. And it fits. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So this is what my traveler's notebook will look like for next year. So this is the life memory journal, and this is the photo memory keeping journal that I have. Of course, I'll be updating this to a 2026 version, so it'll be much thinner at the beginning of the year. But yeah, so far it fits perfectly. The height, the width. So yeah, so given that this is quite a thicker insert, I'll make sure to only use just my photo memory keeping journal in there, just so it won't really have that much of an overhang. Let me try to close it. Yeah, it fits perfectly. Oh, and the Kunisawa notebooks also has bookmarks, and it has, let me see, it has one for this navy blue. So the paper is, I think this is white. I'm not sure about the light, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's white, and it's just lovely. I prefer that too, because this paper, that it has a it's graph, because I don't really get the joy of writing if the notebook is like just lined. So I do prefer having graphs over lined notebooks. And also, I would still be using this Hobonichi 5-year journal that I have. I usually write a short snippet of my day and anything that stood out to me. So this would still be in my rotation. So just to recap, it'll be my 5-year journal, my Midori PRD planner, my long form journal, this MD notebook, my traveler's notebook with my life memory journal and my photo memory keeper, and lastly my memory journal for my son. I'm actually so excited to see how this system will work for me, and if this will be the system that I'll stick with for the full 2026 year. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've been meaning to post more, but really life is happening, and I'm trying to be more gentle with myself while juggling it all. If you're up for it, please like and follow for more life updates you didn't ask for but might actually enjoy and relate to. And lastly, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!